It's too windy. Oh! Trying to get it even, and there. That's okay? Or am I being a perfectionist again? I'm trusting it's not too windy and that you can hear me, because every time I freak about the wind, it's usually fine. And I haven't been doing live streams as much as I used to, and I'm coming to be okay with that, because with all my changes and my internal shifts and everything, I'm more and more trusting that. And I was even driving here thinking that I haven't done a live stream for a while, and instead of slapping myself with shoulds, I am being okay that I'm trusting that I need to do what I need to do when I need to do it. Because if that's one thing that I teach, it is trusting yourself, right? So let me know how you're feeling. There's a couple of people here, I can see you. And obviously there's been some big shake-ups through the world overnight. And it's interesting because for some reason, it doesn't really, I don't know, things don't really hit me too much. Like I noticed the hurricane didn't really hit me that bad. Kind of was like, oh yeah, but this really, I guess, hit a core when I heard it happening. And I think mainly because I literally just finished writing about positive change on the sales page, and I literally, logged on and just saw it, and I was just like, what the actual fuck? What is going on? And it really just hit me, and I was just, this positive change that, I've personally been through, and something has shifted deep within, after 12 years of looking and, doing all this spiritual stuff. It's like something has clicked or shifted, and, positive change is about that. And passing that on to you, as soon as you learn something and pass that on, it's kind of what your purpose is, right? If you look at anyone's purpose, that's what your purpose is, to share what your gifts are, to share your shifts. And, in that, when I kind of logged on and just saw that, I was like, oh, I wasn't going to, produce another course, because I've got a lot on my plate as it is, and I've got a lot I need to get done. And I'm like, but as always, it intuitively comes through, and I trust that. And when I had finished writing the sales page, and then I jumped on and saw what had just happened in America, it was like, more than ever, we really need to, be really mindful. And I guess it's like, well, yeah, Hannah, of course, but for me personally, and just going through, so much darkness, I know that so many people have, since the eclipse, and reevaluating, questioning, wondering what you're doing, why, all this sort of jazz. And it's like the whole collective is shifting, but, it's like as soon as, what is that? Oh yeah, it was the movie King Arthur. When I saw it, and something just came to mind, when all the light workers are starting to step up and people are waking up now, it's like, the bad or the negative will be just as potent, and it's like, now more than ever in these times, or in every single area of your life, if you want that positive change, if you want that consistent, space of, everything being okay, and more to the point, you being okay with everything that's going on, then, it's about taking, intense responsibility and looking deep within. But if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to make changes, then we need to stop complaining and actually do something about it. I've always been a big person of, like, stop talking about it and just do it, especially if something is wrong or something's not working in your life. And positive change is about that, yet there's also the real core cruxes of what creates that lasting shift. So this is like the internal lasting happiness. If you read my blog on the weekend, you see, I found myself laughing for, the first time in so long, but it was a different, deep internal laugh. I was like, fuck, I haven't felt that for a long time, yeah? And it's just like these shifts and these changes, and it's like tapping into that consistently to be able to keep yourself, in that space is what the vibration is that helps you manifest, that helps you not be knocked over, that helps you to, hold that higher vibration so that the world can shift with us rather than against us. And as you know, whenever we start stirring the pot, all the stuff comes out, yeah? So when we're kind of looking at these events in the world, and even just before I jumped on live stream, I was like, I don't want to say it, but at the same time, it's like, the reality is that we all have a murderer inside of us. Whether you cringe at that and, like to hear that or not, or whether you can face that reality or not, we all have these parts within us. And, what has happened has been totally devastating and, has totally thrown us. And I think that, what really hit me last night was the fact that, I was like, well, why am I so, affected by this? Why has that pulled at my heartstrings, more than, say, the hurricanes and everything that just, flattened, like not most of America, a lot of America and below, all those Windward Islands. And it's like, I realised why. I'm like, because this is another human being. Hurricanes, all that jazz, it's all Mother Nature, it's like out of our hands. But this is another human being doing this to many human beings. Like, like technology these days, we're right there with it, aren't we? And it's like, the thing that struck a chord with me is like, we're in throat chakra month, where, it's all about owning your shadow. And for the past kind of 2 to 3 weeks, it has been a lot of, embracing the darkness and doing something about it, really working with that, dark side, and not to entertain it, but to transform it. Because if we're not facing our fears, and if we're not going there with our, facing the darkness, then, it holds, what is that thing? Like, trying to hold the ball under the water, it bounces back up, We need to be able to have the resources to know what to do with that sort of darkness. And by facing our own inner darkness helps to, counteract or, shift. But this whole thing about, what just happened, it struck me because I'm like, this is another human being. And at its core, like, it makes me want to cry that, who knows why he did what he did. Yet, it's like, I'm like trying to say this in a way that's not blaming anything, because we could say, oh, it's media, it's the guns, it's this, it's that. Ultimately, something in his head, something in people's heads, that don't want to be on the planet anymore, but, this mental illness is strife through our planet. And, like, to shift the world and to shift people, we shift ourselves. But in this shift, it's like there is so much that needs to be done that I see a lot of people getting angry and frustrated. And it's like, well, what, it's like the anger and frustration because it's like, well, what can we do? Like, it's like feeling helpless and powerless, to be able to create, effect change on such a big scale when the world just seems like it's just falling apart. And ultimately the world is falling apart, and we all know that when things fall apart, the structures are rebuilt, in different ways. So, with what's going on the planet, the best thing that you can do is take utter responsibility for your life, for your thoughts, for your feelings, for all of that. And you look around and you'll see some people in utter despair, and then you'll look around and see some people in utter joy and happiness, and and go, well, what the fuck, why aren't I feeling that? You know, why have they got it all and I don't have it? Why am I doing all this work and then it's still not working, right? And it's like shifting into this sense of, you know, like it's why positive change came through me. It's like, you know, we can create this positive change and tap into those realities that shift us. You know, whether people come with us or not is kind of, it's not our responsibility. It's not our choice. It's completely their choice. But what we can do to, you know, it's the ripple, it's the throwing the rock in the pond. It's that ripple effect that ripples out, that when we actually throw that in, so when we're doing our own thing and that ripples out, that's what's going to shift, that's what rises. Yeah, when we rise, so does everybody around us. Yeah. So really working, you know, in yourself and, you know, like these kind of, you know, like it is, you know, pray for Vegas and all this sort of thing, you know, and while that's relevant, it's like we should be praying for humanity. We should be praying for the unconscious to become conscious. We should be praying, we will be praying. If you want to pray for these things is what I'm trying to say. Pray that humanity wakes up. Pray that people have the courage to face their own darkness with support. Pray that we are all kind to each other. Pray that when we feel like we have something going on, that we can reach out and have the courage to reach out and ask for help. Pray for humanity to help one another. Pray for humanity to open their hearts to one another. Pray for humanity to feel. If you're going to pray for anything, pray for humanity to feel. Consciously pray for humanity to wake up. You know, pray for humanity to... Okay. I'm going to say prayer with you. Say a prayer. Let's do this together, right? So I just got the crows crowing, alignment, kyanite, liquid crystal. So let's pray together. Of course, we pray, and by the way, when I say pray, it's asking. Prayer is just another word for ask, basically. So you could say pray, you could say ask, you could say I ask the great eternal spirit. I ask the great internal and eternal mother. I pray for the evolution of humanity. I pray for humanity to wake up. I pray that everybody has the courage to own their own darkness with light, with compassion, with awareness. I pray for the earth to be cared for. I pray for everybody to awaken to their highest potential. I pray for everyone to be kind to one another. I pray for people that feel like they need help to have the courage to ask for that help. And I pray that we all see each other as a fellow human being. I pray that we all can reach out in kindness. I pray that we all have a deep sense of humility. And I pray for humanity to step out of here and into our hearts. I pray that everybody feels connected, together, unified. I pray for the depths of our heart to awaken each and every person to the deepest understanding of love, compassion, and unity consciousness. I pray that everybody becomes aware that what we do affects people around us. I pray that what people do and think that they become so aware that what they do and they think is how we are creating each and every moment of our days, which puts the pieces of each and every one around us together, just like the sun, just like the earth. I pray for humanity to step into their hearts, to become deeply aware of the connection of feeling. That means pain, yes, but so that we can also move through that pain with support, care, understanding of one another, so that we may step into that unity consciousness, a unified world, where care, consideration and compassion come before judgment and ego and better than and less than. I pray that humanity can be kind. Please share this if you feel like anyone could hear these prayers. Step into prayer and asking the Spirit, your higher self, that thing that connects us all, whatever you call it, God, universe, energy, cosmic, earth. Ask for help there instead of turning your focus to blaming the gunman, to blaming Trump, to blaming guns, to blaming the government system, to blaming anything, actually. How about we just leave all that there and actually go like this and actually pray and ask for what we want? Because if you see what I just did in those prayers, in those asking, where was our focus? Where was our energy? Where was our attention? It was here, and it was on what we want. Awakening consciousness, love, compassion, care, kindness, understanding, heart space, unified, love. Did I say love? There is great power in choosing to go here or here. If you want to be able to affect the most change in your life, choose here. So like I said, if you feel like someone could benefit from this prayer, the focus, if they're worried about what's happening in the world, please share this video. I've just released Positive Change today, and it blew me away when I finished the sales page last night and I logged on and I saw what was happening, and I'm like, wow, this, I do things intuitively, and then I'm like, the world needs positive change right now. And it starts with you. So I'll post the link in the comments. All the details are on there. If you really want to affect positive change in your life, if you're sick of going around the circle and the rat race and all of that, if you're sick of emotionally being on the same wheel, if you really want that contentment, that real deep happiness and fulfillment that you see other people have and you don't have, then this is for you, Positive Change. I'll post the link in the comments. If you want to work with me one-on-one, please send me a message because I have some spots available at the moment. If you haven't chosen your number for the Free Tarot Tuesday, please do that. You'll see it on my page. You can go and comment your number and I will post the reading results later today. Remember, choose what you want instead of worrying. Pray, as my auntie so gratefully reminded me when she was in the hurricane, and I sent her an email and she said, don't worry, pray. And I was like, oh, of course, there were last words in her email. I'm like, yes, that's right, I forgot. Don't worry, pray. Ask for what you want. Ask for what you want humanity to have. Ask for what you want, because there is great power in asking and then stepping into that positive place, positive change place, that anchor, yeah, to be able to receive it. So if you'll see on the sales page when you read it, if you jump in before the 17th of October, you will get the bonus live stream, which I will be putting in there, which is that positive change anchor. It is like the number one key, yeah? So all the details are in there. Please share this if you think someone can benefit from this positive prayer. I shall see you very soon. When it's intuitively alive for me to jump on live stream, that's when I'm going to do it. So I'll see you when I see you. Keep it really real. Lots of love. Namaste.